afternoon, guys. I am sorry that this recording came out so late. I've been having technical issues all day long today, but I finally got it all figured out. So, I'm going to go ahead and go through and record this. I forgot to record during the live session this morning, so I'm just going to go through this like a normal recording instead of like I did during the live lesson today. You guys, please feel free to email me about any issues that you guys have. If you don't understand any of this, please email me. I don't know how to help you if you don't reach out and ask. So first things first is our warm-up. We have this line on our graph and want to write my name on this line, and I notice that it is going down. So I know this is a negative slope for this line. The next thing I want to do is find two perfect points, and I've got one right here and then one right here. I'm going to go up and over. I went up 1 over 2, so change of y over change of x, 1 over 2. This is going to be my slope. And then I want to find my y-intercept. Remember, it's where it crosses the y-axis. It crosses at 3, so my y-intercept is 3. And remember, our equation is y equals mx plus b. It's supposed to be y, it looks like an x. So I'm going to plug in this 1/2 for m, and I'm plugging the 3 for b. So y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3, and that matches d. Remember, guys, if you have any issues, don't remember any of this, please feel free to email me and ask. So during our live lesson today, we had he said, she said. So we had 10 cards, and you went through and decided who was correct and who wasn't. So I'm going to go through these. I'm going to go kind of fast, so please pause when you're supposed to pause, because I've got 10 cards to go through, and I only have 12 minutes left, 13 minutes left. So pause when you need to, go find your answer, and then push play and get your answer. All right? So here's our first card. Go ahead and push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and then pushed play, and you were waiting for your answer. And so our answer on this one is Kiara. And the reason that she is correct is because the slope for both of these is going to be the same. The first one, it's 3 over 3, which equals 1. The second one, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 5, which is 1. So the slope for both of these is going to be 1. Our next question, question 2. Go ahead and pause. All right, you should have paused and pushed play, and you're getting your answer, so you better have an answer. So on this one, has she met the goal or not met the goal? And she has met the goal. And excuse me, guys. This is proven by going to a pretty much perfect point. There's nothing on here that is absolutely perfect, but this one right here, 4 and 50, this one's pretty perfect. So I can say my change of y, 50, my change of x, 4, and I can divide that, and I'm going to get pretty close to 13, if not 13. Okay, so Lily is correct on this one. All right, question 3, card number 3. Now this one's a little tricky because when we did it, normally when I teach you guys this, I say whichever one is first, that is the one that you use x1, y1. This one, they used this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. So that was the only thing that I thought was a little too tricky. They shouldn't have done that, but go ahead and get that set up in slope of a line formula, and we will check it in just a second. So go ahead and pause. All right, you should have paused and pushed play. So this is how we set this up. Remember, the equation here was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 6, y1 is 4, and then x2 is 8, and then x1 is negative 8, so we have to put that in parentheses. And there we go. So Mason is correct. Okay. All right, card number 4. This one is tricky as well. Pay attention, because they seem like they're both correct, but pay attention. So go ahead and pause. All right, you should have paused and pushed play, so you should have an answer written down. Now, this one, like any other line on a graph, I am going to go to 2 perfect points. There's my 2 perfect points. I'm going to go up and over. And when I do that, it looks like I go up 2 over 3. It looks that way, but I go up 8 over 3 because if you look at the label on the y-axis, it's going up by 4s. It's not going up by 2 or 1. It's going up by 4. So it looks like I went up 2, but I actually went up 8. So I went up 8 over 3 because remember, it's change of y over change of x. So 8 over 3, which means Nadia is correct. 8 over 3. That one was tricky and it actually tripped me up in class. I said that Nolan was right at the first time, and then I was like, oh no, wait, because everybody went crazy. They're like, oh my goodness, that's not right. It was very, very funny. All right, card number 5, sweet treats. This one was kind of tricky too. You've got to do a little bit more math than you're probably wanting to do right now. But go ahead and push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and have now pushed play. And you should be looking for an answer. All right, on this one, it's asking what is the unit rate. Now, remember, unit rate is per 1. It is per 1. So I want to know how much it costs per 1 pound. So I have to first find my slope. So from 3 to 5, it is plus 2. From 11.97 to 19.95, it is 7.98. And when I find, I find that 7.98, and I'm like, oh, look, Olivia's correct. But this is 7.98 per 2 pounds of candy. So I want to divide that by 2, and when I do so, I get Oscar's 3.99. Okay, so that is the tricky thing about unit rate. It's not just slope, it is simplified down to 1. We want simplified down to 1. You should be doing that with slope already, but some of y'all don't, so simplify it down to 1. Okay, so Oscar is correct. All right, this one. It is a graph line passing through these points. Is it a slope of 0 or is it a slope of undefined? Go ahead and push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and now push play and waiting on your answer. So first things first, like I just did with the other one, we are going to label x1, y1, x2, y2. And so I have 9 is my y2, 5 is my y1. Put that over 12 minus 12. Ooh, look at that. So 9 minus 5 is going to be 4, and then 12 minus 12 is 0. Now here's the tricky part. If the 0 is on the bottom, it is undefined. If the 0 is on the top, it is 0. And that is difficult to remember, but good news is never seen it on a test, never seen it on a quiz, never seen it on the star. So I think we're good to say as long as we know this, we're fine. You'll probably use it in 9th grade, but in 8th grade, it's safe to say that this is okay. All right, so that one was undefined. All right, next, a local DJ. This one was a little tricky as well because I don't think a lot of people knew how to set it up. Setting it up is the difficult part. So think about how would you set this up to solve it. Go ahead and push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and now play, and you should be waiting for your answer. So we were going to set up a table for this. So for 3 hours, the DJ charges $2.75. And for 5 hours, the DJ charges $4.25. Your table doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be huge and have a whole bunch of numbers. This is just fine. So this is our table. I want to find the difference between my x, 3 and 5, which is 2. And then the difference over here is 150. Okay, from 275 to 425. Now, I want to know how much it is for 1 hour, for an hour. Right now, I have for 2 hours. So I want to divide 150 by 2, and that is going to give me 75. So Raymond is correct. All right. Oh, I'm making good time. I got 5 minutes. All right. At Fromazing frozen yogurt, we have 50 cents per ounce. So I want to know, is that better than Frotastic? What is their ounces? So once again, we need to make sure that we're going to per ounce, 1 ounce. Push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and now play. So we are going to look at the difference here, which is 3. I actually forgot the difference of the other one. So 384, 340, 364. Wait, let me check that. Hold on. 2.4. Oh my goodness. Now I'm having more issues. I should have wrote this down. Okay, 1.44 is what I'm getting. So there we go. That is my difference, but this is per 3 ounces. So I want to divide by 3, and I get 0.48. So Frotastic is 0.48 cents. Fromazing is 50 cents. So I want the better deal, which means cheaper, which would be Frotastic. So, wrong one, sorry. So Frotastic is the better deal. All right, 2 more left. Which one is better? So go ahead and push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and then play. Same thing, we are going to find the difference and find out per commission. So the monthly salary, that is going to be something that is just a one-time thing. So that's my B. The commission is something that they get every time they sell a car. So that is my slope, and that's what I want to look at. So in the graph, it's really easy. We just go up and over. So I went up 1, I went over 2, yes, 2. So per 1,000, every 2 cars, he gets $1,000. So if he only sells 1 car, he gets $500. Now over here, the change here is 3. The change here, once again, I did not write down. That is 1950. But that's per 3 cars. So I'm going to divide that by 3, and I'm going to get 650. So obviously I would much rather want to make 650 than $500. So Tyson is correct. Tyson says dealer A. And I would much rather make more money than less. All right, last ones. Go ahead and push pause. All right, you should have pushed pause and now play. So we have these 2 accounts, Jim's account and Josh's account. And I want to know who is saving more money. Well, I want to know that or I want to look at my slope for that. My slope is telling me how much they're putting in. I don't care how much they started with. I want to know how much are they putting in every week. So who is saving at a greater rate? All right, so Jim is saving at a rate of $120. So I want to look at Josh's. So this is a change of 2. The other side is a change of 220. And then I want to divide that by 2 to get how much he's saving per week. When I do that, I get 110. So Josh is saving 110. Jim is saving 120. So Jim is my quicker saver. So Jim is our correct answer. All right, guys, please don't forget you have a USA test prep assignment that is due this Friday. You had one last week that a majority of you guys did not do, so let's go ahead and get that done. Since so many people did not do it, I am going to just redo that grade in the morning. So you don't have to email me about it. Please keep up with the recordings, go in, and any missing work, go ahead and get that done. We're going to have to start having classes about our grade, making sure we have a good grade at the end of the semester. I want everybody to finish strong. All right, you guys, email me if you need me. Y'all have a good week. I will see you in the next recording. Bye, guys.